Aloha, and how you doing? Welcome to Elijah Talk. Gordo the Tech Czar here. I'm here with my good old buddy, Drew, the security guy.
Hello, everybody.
And we got our new format as we talked about last week. So we have our guest with us already from the get-go. And in the house right now is Randy Okubo from Sequoia Network. No, Cloud Solutions.
Yeah. Cloud. We're on cloud today.
Yeah, we're on clouds. Yeah, so Sequoia Cloud Solutions. So Randy is here, but we're going to still keep a lot of the regular stuff going, Randy. So we'll get you in a second. Just sit there and look pretty,
all right,
or handsome, and depending whatever way you want to go. And we'll do a couple things. So there's a lot of fun stuff, and feel free to chime in on anything that we may talk about.
Absolutely, sure.
Okay, and then we'll talk about what Sequoia Cloud Solutions is. So first of all, got one tech job.
We'll got one tech job.
But please grab a chair, libation, sit down and see us. And we're going to say, so this came in from Hamish McGullible. He sent this one to me the other day there. Got one check job. And you got to look real close at it. It says, do not stack.
Is that Canadian or what?
Well, it could have been Ivor McForklift that did this. I never thought about that.
His brother.
It's possible. But anyway, so you got one job, do not stack.
Man,
that was
you gotta read the fine print.
Gotta read the fine print. So we're gonna do a little bit of news, and we're gonna do a little bit of Security Minute, and then we'll get to Sequoia. So remember last week we talked about the hacking of the governors, the presidential race?
Yeah.
2008, McCain and Obama. So, guess what?
Were you online today?
No way. So on June 15th of this year, an online vandal using the name of Guccifer 2.0 has claimed credit for the recent hacking of the Democratic National Committee's servers.
Yes.
So he hacked them. So he went in and said he hacked them, and he said, we talked about this. Remember we said last week that I felt less secure, that we knew that the government was going to watch over these servers to make sure they were not hacked?
Yeah. Well,
do you think these are in the cloud?
It could be. I was just thinking about that. I'm going to respond to that question.
Yeah, I just thought.
And he's been in there for a year. So,
and he's been in there for a year.
And exfiltrating data for a year.
He's been in there for a year. So this person, which by the way, they tracked back to Russian servers. They said, but we all know.
Lucifer was Russian, so that's why he took that Guccifer 2.0 name.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Lucifer meant the devil.
Well, Guccifer.
Oh, Guccifer
was Russian.
Was Russian. Oh, did you learn that in your?
No, I was reading about this. I was looking at some of the data actually that they exfiltrated.
I thought you might have got that in your anthropology degree. Wow, I didn't know that. See, this is a fully educational show. We cover all kinds of things. Anyway, so he got into the servers, been in there for over a year. It's the Democratic servers too. So they pulled out this special paper on Donald Trump report, Democratic National Committee 1219. You can actually go, so if you go online, you can actually pull this report up, which is what the Democratic National Committee has written about Donald Trump and how they're going to go after him.
Some strategy there.
So strategies, and pulled it right up.
Wow.
Pulled it right up. So.
He gave a bunch of it to Wikipedia, so you can expect that we'll have
really,
a lot
really
more of that posted soon.
But one of the other things that he did that I particularly like is all the donors to the DNC. He also got the donors. Now, let me back up a little bit. When he first announced that with DNC got it, the DNC said there's no donor information been taken. Within, who knows, minutes, up shows this. But I'm gonna, I got a partial list. Do you want to hear some of the names and the dollar amount?
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
$1 million bucks.
Yeah.
Not too bad. How about the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades Political Action Together Political PAC. So International Union of Painters. $1 million. Wow, I know. Your name's not on here. Well, it's not alphabetical order. So, oh wait, here's a name. There's Rollen Roberson. No, that's not. Rollen's going to be our guest on the second half of the show. And he just fell off his chair. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association. Remember, Ronald Reagan took them down. They 1.25 million.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Donors.
The American Federation of Teachers, COPE, C-O-P-E.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
George Soros was on there. You saw him?
George Soros was on there, yes. Steven Spielberg. $1 million.
Yeah.
United Association of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. Wait, there's a lot of unions.
What?
2.965 million.
I think they vote Democratic typically, don't they?
I'm starting to draw that conclusion now for some strange reason. Anyway, just kind of an interesting thing. We had talked about it last week. Everybody said it wasn't going to happen. We said it was.
We said it was already done.
Yeah, and guess what?
And we don't even know Goose.
And our show was on the 17th, and this came out on the 15th, and we didn't get published until last week.
Yeah.
So they were already in there when we were talking about it.
Wow.
So we're right front line here on this show. Anyway, so that's
Yeah.
my, you got,
Well, it's interesting how they, I thought it was interesting how they displayed some of the strategy, right? And so that helps the other side now is going to know what not to
Right.
strategize about and
Yeah.
all these kind of things. So it's
not
just
that
kinda
the other
interesting.
side will pay attention, but
It's It just was it's an interesting new element to running campaigns and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like when you stick this information somewhere, right?
cloud.
Where is it, and is it secure? And
Yeah, it's-
is it Hillary's email server under her bed, or is it
Yeah.
her Azure server or whatever?
or is it Donald's server somewhere
And-
else, whatever, so.
Yeah, and I think they had already determined that he got in via social engineering of someone, got someone's password, a spear phishing attack
Yeah,
basically, and
Okay.
got himself in
The
there.
wetware kind of thing.
And got it. Once you get in, we've talked about all those mechanisms. So don't think it won't happen to you.
Because it will. So anyway,
'Cause it will.
that's why we talk about cloud and all those kinds of things.
Sure.
But before we get into the cloud stuff, let's talk. You got a minute?
Sure. So good, and we got some guys here that have been traveling. So this is I just want to talk a little bit about some tips for traveling abroad because it's the summer travel season. So if you're going out of the country, do some things. Sign your passport, fill that emergency information out in your passport. A lot of times people leave that unsigned. Sign up for one of the Smart Traveler programs if you want with the State Department. Leave copies of your itinerary and passport data page with someone that you trust. Check your overseas medical insurance coverage and make sure you're covered for overseas stuff. Also, when you're out there, have a low profile. Don't wear all your blingy jewelry and be walking around like a, gangster.
That's my problem.
And definitely, if you really want to understand what's going on, there's some useful links, and I think Zuri's going to put some of those up for us. But travel.state.gov, osac.gov. Check out. You want to know kind of what's there. You go. You want to know what's happening in the area that you're traveling to, and you can also sign up to get alerts if something war breaks out, or ISIS attacks, or there's an epidemic, or whatever pandemic. So
Or Angus is in the neighborhood.
Or Angus is in there. Then you get free drinks if you can find Angus. So anyway, travel safe out there, folks. There's tons of lists of this stuff on the State Department. The State Department's a great resource for you, and you want to have their contact information in case something happens to you. Contact the State Department.
Cool stuff.
That's my security tips for
Okay,
traveling
security
abroad.
tip. Awesome. So now we'll come into this. So we're talking about cloud today, and the thematic thing we're doing today is Mythbusters: to cloud or not to cloud. That is the question. So
Cloud. I say cloud now or cloud later. You're going to cloud.
You're going to cloud. So Randy, you're the vice president of enterprise sales for Sequoia Cloud Solutions. So who's Sequoia Cloud Solutions, and then what's the cloud?
Sure. Okay, two hard questions. So Sequoia, we are a company 5 or 6 years ago. We started in Silicon Valley. So it's kind of born in the cloud, a little cliche, but we actually started in literally a garage in Silicon Valley. So a really cool story. And we're right in the vortex of this evolution of cloud in the last 5 or 6 years. And then in December of last year, a big company called Presidio, who's a very large reseller.
Oh, we had Knisson from Presidio.
Yes, exactly. That same company acquired us. And so what we've been asked to do is really build a cloud practice within the larger Presidio.
Okay, now that's a
two.
good question. What is for someone?
What's
who
a cloud
doesn't-
practice?
What is a cloud? What is the cloud?
What is
I mean,
the cloud?
what
That's
is
where
the
you get
cloud?
your umbrella
I mean,
out.
we see all kinds of stuff
Sure.
going on and people talking about. But what is the cloud?
So now that you guys have scared everyone with information in the cloud,
Well, we don't know if DNC had their own servers under
True.
Hillary's
true. Yeah.
cot.
True.
Could have been. We don't know if it was in the cloud or where it was.
Yeah. So cloud is really, it's almost like a new paradigm of computing, right?
Okay.
So there are things called private cloud, which is basically your own servers or data centers that you can touch and feel and access. And
Where are
there's
they
something-
located?
They can be on-site. Most of the time they're on-site in the data
On-site.
center, your
Okay.
data centers. There's public cloud, which is more to the larger organizations out there that have these data centers, but they're not really a company's data center. So they'll go outside. And then we call a hybrid cloud, which could be a blend of
A
both.
blend of both. So an example would be if I'm using Office 365
Yeah.
from Microsoft. That's public cloud.
Yes, could
Azure.
be.
Could be.
Azure is
Azure
the
is the public cloud. But
version,
you could also do Office 365 on your own
On your own
premise,
premise,
which should be private cloud.
Correct.
So just again, it's location, location,
Location.
location.
Yep.
And the cloud could be anywhere. That hosted server could be on the mainland, it could be here, it could be wherever.
Yeah. And the big advantage is it's almost like what it is, a pay per drink kind of service, where you don't have to necessarily buy equipment anymore. You can just pay as a fee and get access to your data and information. And so technically, it could be a good cost savings.
Could be,
And
yeah.
scale it a lot easier, right? So if you need another server today, or you want to have a virtual application that you want to test something on, you can just spin one up or provision it even. It's already there running.
I just get on the, instead of getting on the phone and calling my hardware supplier and say I need a new
Box.
XYZ with this much memory and this much storage and shipping it to me, I can go online and stand up a virtual server that says, okay, this big, this much storage, hit an enter button, and now I've got that server and I can start working with it.
And instead of taking the time for actually buying it, getting it on site, installing it, you just made that phone call and you get your server. So that's that fast.
It's that fast.
And I'll just say, you don't have to secure it because it's sitting behind a ton of security.
It's
That's probably way better than any of the security you got.
You want to make sure that, you still want to check the security aspect.
They're going to offer you all those provisions when you start to spin that guy up. Do you want to add, monitoring? Do you want to add application, service watch? You want to watch for extrusion or watch for intrusion?
And all those kinds of
those tools.
So what your company does then, because you don't do co-location, you don't run server farms, you're agnostic, right? So explain. So what your firm does?
So to exactly the point is that a lot of clients are coming to us saying, hey, I've heard this concept of cloud, but how do I get there?
Yeah, what's it look like?
I have no idea how to get there. And then more importantly, make it real for me, because they see a lot of presentations and stuff of what it could be, et cetera. But our company, one of the differentiators is we actually can advise you with our advisory services, and actually a team of software engineers that can actually build cloud solutions for clients.
Oh, so you can actually, so if I was a client needed to stand up a particular application, a customer services application of some kind, then you could assist in getting that stood up in a cloud environment that meets their needs.
Meets their needs, and we do really a consultative engagement where we ask them kind of their needs and their budget limitations, et cetera, and we help to kind of scale the right cloud for that particular
thing. So again, they're not rushing off buying hardware,
which is
software.
A big mistake for a lot of clients. They've heard, companies, we need to go to the cloud, so boom, they go credit card transaction. Suddenly, there's this cloud sprawl, and there's too many cloud components out there for the company, and they have no control over it.
They have no control. So and that happened. Remember back in the old days, and I got to move quick because we're going to take a break. Back in the old days, we had the server farms exploding like crazy, like rabbits. The cloud is doing virtual machines exploding like crazy. You're paying for them, you forgot you're paying for them, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've given us a good overview, and then we're going to bring in your brother. Your brother Rollen's going to come in, and he's going to dig deeper. But before you go, we give this for every one of our guests gets a autographed solo cup. So this is the first. This is the first twofer. So you're getting a solo cup number 72A.
Excellent.
For coming on the show and joining us there. So save that one. Now that's a one of a kind. So that one will definitely go up in value. Yes. Anyway, so we're here. Definitely. Bitcoins. $758 for a Bitcoin right now. Anyway, Randy.
How many do we have?
We have enough. Randy Okubo for Sequoia Cloud Solutions. Thanks a lot. Give us a good introduction. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and then we're going to come back with Angus and Randy.
Rollen.
My brother.
Rollen.
Welcome to ThinkTechHawaii.com. This is Johnson Choi, your host. The topic is Asia in Review. We do it on monthly basis on Thursday at 11 o'clock. Be sure to check the schedule. See you.
Aloha! I'm Chantal Seville, the host of the Savvy Chick Show, which you can watch every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on ThinkTechHawaii.com. On the Savvy Chick Show, we are all about inspiring and empowering women and girls to be the best they can be by having amazing guests from all around the world. So we hope you'll join us every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Aloha!
Aloha! My name is Carl Campagna, and I am the host of Think Tech Hawaii's Education Movers, Shakers, and Reformers. I invite you to come watch our show on thinktechhawaii.com. You can also see our shows on YouTube as well, if you can Google search those. I appreciate the time. I hope that you do join us as we learn about education, about the educational system here in Hawaii, what the challenges are, what the benefits are, and how much our kids are learning. So thank you. I hope you join us.
Aloha, my name is Danelia, Danelia.
And I'm the other half of the duo, John Newman.
We are the co-hosts of Keys to Success, which is live on Think Tech live streaming network series, weekly on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Aloha!
Aloha.
Hi, I'm Kili'i Akina, president of the Grassroots Institute. I'd love you to join us every week, Mondays at 2 o'clock p.m. for E Hana Kako. Let's work together. We report every week on the good things going on in our state, as well as the better things that can go on in the future. We have guests covering everything from the economy, the government, and society. See you Mondays on E Hana Kako at 2 o'clock p.m. Until then, I'm Kili'i Akina. Aloha.
Hey, aloha. Welcome back to Hibachi Talk. We found Angus. He was out napping on the beach, but we got him now. Angus, what's going on, buddy?
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, how are you, man?
Not bad. How you doing there, lad?
All right, good to see you.
You're looking really dapper today.
Thank you. I'm exhausted, but I'm glad to be here.
You know, with those bags under your eyes, you're gonna have to charge you a fee when you get on the plane. You know, baggage charge.
Thank you.
Yeah, so get some sleep this weekend, lad.
All right.
Anyway, so I got a wee gadget, but you know what? We're bringing back, because of popular demand, the Scottish word of the day.
Oh, no.
So, you know,
what's my score?
I got lots of requests for the Scottish words of the day. So here's the word today. Don't be a numpty.
A numpty.
Yeah, so it could be, you could be, don't be a numbskull.
Absent.
Didn't be absent-minded, or you didn't be daft, but you didn't ken what daft is. Daft means you're like silly. So which one do you think it is
I'm
there?
going for number one just because it sounds the same.
Guess what? You're right, and if you picked 2 and 3, you would have been right too.
That's
There's
all
no way you're doing this. It's all of the above.
Thank you.
Hey, we give you a wee break.
I
A wee
need
break
one.
there, lad.
I
There's
need
no
one.
kidding about it.
I don't get about half of those right.
Anyway, you know, you've been teaching me about thematics. So I got a thematic gadget of the week. So I went out and found this, but I can't find the price on it. So it's you know, if you're in the cloud, you wear this umbrella and you never get any wet, and you're secure.
It's a different kind of cloud, man.
Did I get it wrong?
I think so.
Not! Cannot believe it.
I think so.
Anyway, that was my gadget of the week. It was somewhere in Japan, but I couldn't find the price.
Stick around and watch this show, man. You'll see
Okay,
what
well,
we're talking about.
we're gonna bring Rollen on next, and he's gonna tell us all about the cloud and not umbrellas.
All right.
All right, remember everybody, this is Angus McTech, and let your wind gang free wherever you be. Hello! Ha!
I'm going to have to recommend that if you want to purchase cloud services, you really don't talk to Angus first. All right, call the guys at Sequoia. They know a lot more than Angus does about the cloud. Now, if you're worried about the rain, you can definitely get a hold of Angus. Did you see his cloud gadget?
I saw his gadget. Anyway, Rollen Roberson.
Wow.
Sequoia.
Rollen, aloha, man.
Nice
to have you.
meet you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you for joining us. This is another experimental show where we're shuffling the guests.
Yeah,
around.
we get 2 guests in one show. That's awesome.
Perfect. So we talked in the first half of the show about, we'll get an overview of the cloud, and then every time we get technical, then you start showing up. So
Randy don't know nothing, or he's a sales guy, or how's that work?
I'm really not sure.
Wow.
The more the merrier.
He seemed to know a lot.
Yeah.
He whipped it right out what it
He's
was.
my smarter brother.
Yeah. So
I see.
Oh.
You make it work.
You know what? I could have swore you were twins. It was like so.
He sets it up and you make it work.
That explains why I get their names wrong all the time.
Probably.
They're like brothers.
Probably.
Twin sons of different mothers. Well, that was a song from the 60s. And I remember that. I don't know why. Anyway, so tell me.
Provisioning. Let's talk about provisioning.
So what's your role at Sequoia Cloud Solutions? Randy's role is to explain it to the layperson, to help them understand what it is and get them all prepared. And then you come in and...
Architect. What do you do, man? You're an architect,
Oh.
right on.
Architect. So
How did I know that?
A lot of architecture, yeah. So I walk around with a whiteboard marker in my pocket, typically.
Nice. Sure.
All right. So I do a lot with helping explain to clients a little bit more detail than Randy, but I usually try to expect what's their solution look like. So when Randy kind of leads into it and says, we build a custom cloud for you in many cases, or tell you where to go. In many cases,
You tell you where to go.
right. I'm the one who usually comes in and helps them, figure that out.
So you can set. So if I'm a client that says, okay, I've got 1,000 servers, some physical, some virtual. Should I move what to the cloud? How do I do it from a technical perspective?
Yeah.
So, part of my organization, which is part of the strategy and the consulting, we are usually in there to help understand the business situation first, and then we try to translate that into, kind of a technology approach.
Is there a lot of savings typically available? I mean, because people are running, they got power and data throughput and all that to their off. So if they can off-site a lot of that stuff and get it up into Azure, into AWS, does it help? I mean, is it typically a cost thing, or are they looking for efficiency? What sort of problems do they bring you to solve?
Well, a lot of cases it's more agility, the ability to move quickly. As you stated earlier, I mean, you have to order hardware, you have to set it up. There's the racking and stacking, and it breaks
whenever you don't want it.
And there's support, right? Well, cloud allows you to get away from all that, hand the management and the responsibility over to somebody else. Cost can be achieved, cost savings, but you have to be very particular in the use cases you want to apply it to.
It seems like a lot of how you go in people's places and they got server for this or that, they're barely running. They're running at 10%, 20%. I think in the cloud you can optimize a lot of that, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, as Randy said, it's a pay per drink type of thing. So you're really paying for what you use.
So you can throttle it.
You can throttle it back and forth. As I need to use more, I pay more at the same time.
So if you're you're making me think. So if I'm a retailer at Christmas time, you're getting bombed, right? You got all kinds of stuff. So you need to stand up more servers, more processing capability. In the old days, you'd have to buy for that, and it would sit idle all year long.
Right, and depreciate.
And then at the end of the year or the certain holidays, it would all just and then you'd use it you'd have it for that. But now cloud gives you the ability to be agile, and then kind of size it depending on your time, your need.
And it's dependent on the business too, because a lot of the businesses already own a lot of that equipment, so it may not be beneficial for them to go to the cloud if they already own it. They've already made the investment. But for some of the newer businesses, as an example, why should they go make that investment? So they have the opportunity to go to cloud, and so it equalizes a lot of their capabilities in the market now. So they're playing on the same field as the big guys.
Right, right.
Do you find, so I took a drive into just the website just to take a look, and I love that dashboard that you had, and I saw, you can basically provision stuff they're offering services from a variety of providers through their dashboard. So it's interesting, so when do people move from Amazon to Azure, for example? Like if they've got servers in it, is it because they want other services that aren't offered, or is it a pricing thing? I'm just kind of interested.
A lot of times it is pricing. Most of the movement that we see isn't necessarily between an AWS as an Azure. They typically stay in that environment once they're there, but more from their on-premise, and they need to move off-premise perhaps.
I see.
So or when they're in a cloud, they do a lot of development in a cloud, but then once it becomes production, then they move it back inside.
I see. They use it for production environment.
They use their pre-production environments because they can spin those up, tear them down, spin them up, tear them down really quickly. And then they leave it in their own data center for mission-critical applications.
Yeah, they have a really interesting console.
Yeah,
It makes it just like
whole
you
thing
just
is cool.
drive them, It's
so
awesome.
those are kind of, you heard the term, you know it, hybrid cloud, which is a blend of the cloud and what you have on-prem and so on. Okay, so here's one I get asked all the time. Is like, so which one is cloud secure? How secure is the cloud?
Cloud
well,
is,
DNC,
I
I can almost guarantee that was not a cloud service.
Yeah.
I would bet. That was where my money
Well,
went.
I'm not sure about where Hillary's email server is located at, or the DNC's website, and where it's hosted. But I can tell you that, that is one of the myths. You talked about Mythbusters earlier.
Right.
Cloud is just as secure as on-premise capabilities.
I think more so in most cases.
I mean, what other company, we'll take someone like Microsoft or AWS as an example.
Which is Amazon Web Services.
What other companies have, an entire division that is looking at the security around that environment? No customer can afford to have that type of security presence. But as you stated, all the different services within a cloud are line item, and you pay for those. So as you add more capabilities, more security, the price will increase. So it's really you got to pick and choose your.
Well, it's like an insurance policy, right? When you buy an insurance policy and you pay whatever you want, level of security you want, whatever level of insurance you want, you're going to pay that price. And you as the owner of the business or the operator of the company, whatever, you have to make that decision. It's your risk tolerance.
Well, I think people may not understand that he's talking about. There's that segmentation's done for you up there. You have clouds and there's other clouds beside yours, but it's firewalled off. And I think people are worried about a breach into someone's environment who's doing some development, leaves something open, someone gets in. They're not going to get all the virtual machines in that server.
They're not, but then it comes back to the that anybody that's wanting to explore the use of the cloud or moving into it, they need to look at the architecture. They need to look at the use case they want to apply cloud to. It's a platform. just like your own
Yes.
data center.
Yes.
And you have to put as much due diligence in architecting, the cloud platform as much as you do your on-premise platform.
Yeah.
Security included.
But you've got,
for sure.
but the security, then you've got the things like, power, energy, environmentals, all of those kinds of things. So, up where I was living yesterday, they had a 4-hour power outage. And one of the healthcare providers up there was on generator for like 6 hours. Now, if they hadn't had generator up there, they wouldn't have been on it. And how many local players right now have backup provisions for their servers that they've got housed in their quote-unquote data centers? How many of them have it? And I bet not as
A lot
many as
of,
you
most
would
of the, you
think.
walk into small business places in Hawaii, you see a mess. I mean, it's, only some of the bigger guys, and it's HTEL or, Systemetrics or, you go to DR
DR
Fortress,
Fortress,
right?
right,
I mean,
right.
you've got to do it the right way.
And it's only as good as you test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's most of it's pretty insecure and doesn't have backup power and a lot of problems.
So you must get a lot of insight, since you're in this business, like the Cisco players, the Microsoft players, the Amazon Web Services players, because you're in this business and you're agnostic, you must get a lot of insight of what's coming in the future.
We do, yes.
So so that would be something that I wouldn't have as a, just a consumer of cloud services. I'd want to go to someone and say, well, what's it going to look like a year from now? Because this stuff changes like crazy.
Yeah, we're usually working in about a 3 to 5 year envelope into the future about where the next step of evolution goes. And we're typically at the tip of that spear helping those vendors, that you named, such as bringing those into our own lab, kicking the tires, exploring that, sometimes giving feedback back to the vendors as well as to how it operates. And then we can give that experience back to our customers at the same time through real production type of environments.
And so you can anticipate for the client what's coming in the future, where I'm sitting in a cloud trying to guess what it's going to be going down the road. All right, well, guess what?
That's fast.
That's fast. I tell you, this is really fast. So we have just burned through your segment, and hopefully we've made this a lot more understandable what cloud is. We want to thank all of you for joining. We want to thank Zuri and Nick and the ladies for helping us pull off another one. Thank you, ladies. And you two young men get 72B.
D.
You get a autographed solo cup.
I will put it in a place of honor.
I hope so. That's a kind of a scary thought. Anyway.
We handed it to him empty. The problem. I mean, geez.
Yeah. Well, we'll take care of that after the show. Anyway, want to thank you. We want to thank Randy and Rollen for coming on the show. Sequoia Cloud Solutions. You ain't going to use this in your marketing department, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for coming on. And as we say at the end of the show, we never queued you up for this. 1, 2, 3. How you doing?